The house in the woods. Me and my two friends, Emily and Sarah, were camping in the woods. We had been hiking all day and we were exhausted. It was starting to get dark, so we decided to set up a camp in a clearing near a small stream. As we were setting up our tents, we noticed something in the distance. Emily went to look. She came back and told us it was a small, run-down shack, and it looked like it hadn't been lived in for years. The windows were very dirty and the roof was caving in. Curious, we all decided to go and have a look around. When we got there, Sarah said,
"What's that?"
pointing to some kind of shadow in the house.
"I don't know,"
I said, "but it looks creepy."
"Let's go check it out,"
said Emily. I was hesitant, but Sarah and Emily were already walking up the front steps towards the front door. I didn't want to be left alone, so I followed them. As we got close to the front door, we could see that it was even worse than we had thought. The front door was covered in what looked like blood and was scratched from what looked like a bear claw. There was a foul smell coming from inside the house, and I thought I saw something moving around inside.
"I don't think we should go in. There might be a bear in there,"
I said. Emily and Sarah both looked at me and started to laugh.
"Come on, don't be paranoid,"
said Emily.
"It'll be fun."
Sarah and Emily went inside, but I stayed outside. I didn't want to go in there. I had a bad feeling about it. After a few minutes, I heard a scream. I ran to the door, but it was locked. I pounded on the door, but no one answered, so I started to kick it, but it wouldn't open. I started to panic. I didn't know what was happening to Sarah and Emily. They could be getting attacked by a bear. I was about to run away, but then I heard the door behind me creak open. I turned around and I saw a figure standing in the doorway. It was a tall, thin man with long, scraggly hair. His skin was pale and his eyes were black and empty. I screamed and ran away. I didn't stop running until I was back at our campsite. When I got back to the campsite, I was so stressed out that I just froze. My body couldn't move. I was all alone and I couldn't move. I started to cry. I didn't know what to do. Suddenly, I heard a noise in the woods. I looked up and I saw the figure from the house standing in the clearing. It slowly walked towards me, but then started to sprint. I didn't know what to do. The figure reached out for me and I screamed. I woke up screaming. I was back in my tent and Sarah and Emily were next to me. They calmed me down and told me I had a nightmare. I told them what happened, but no, they just said it was a nightmare. But the nightmare felt so real. I don't know what's going off and what's real anymore. Was it a nightmare? Was it real? Have I even woken up yet? The end.
Thank you for listening today. Stay safe out there.
Join us
In the next video.
and don't get too spooked.